Hi guys. First let me say I'm very excited that my webcam is working properly this week. Second of all, let me say your special populations assignment has been up for a few weeks, and if you have any questions, let me know. Please pick a population that you're interested in learning more about. It'll make it more fun for you, and it will make it more interesting for us to share and to read each other. But please do your research. Find a population that wouldn't have access to yoga on a normal basis, and see what you can find out about the benefits for them. I'm actually getting ready this morning to go to a yoga workshop about breathing. So those of you who commented on the breathing week about how the breathing helped you, I'm going to go listen to a scientist who's been doing yogic breathing with cancer patients and the benefits and the scientific findings he has found with that. So that should be interesting. For this week's practice, we're doing more seated hip stuff, and this one will be a little bit more intense than last week, so let me explain. You will want either a yoga strap. If you don't have a yoga strap, you can use an old necktie, a long belt, or even a beach towel. You just want something that will make connection with your foot. You will also want a yoga block. Now, you don't have to have one of these, but if you want one in the future, you can buy them anywhere they sell yoga mats. So Walmart, Target, a natural food store, sometimes in any sporting goods store. You can also order them online. They come in various sizes. The standard size is 4-inch, and that's what this is. If you don't have a yoga block handy, you can use any firm cushion. So this one's coming right off. It's not quite firm enough, like I would need both of them, because when I sit on it, it's going to depress. So I want something that's going to give me a little bit more height. So 2 would work better. So you could pull some throw pillows off your bed or off your sofa. All right, let's get started, and we'll go from there. You might hear my cat crying in the background. I'm sorry. All right, we're going to start standing up. I'm going to tilt my camera a little bit so that you can see me. So as you start standing, I disappeared. So as you start standing on your mat, just stand tall. Look down at your feet. Make sure all 4 corners of your feet make connection with the floor. Draw your shoulders back. Let your ears float over your shoulders. As you stand firmly on your feet, your eyes can be open or closed. That's a personal choice. But as you inhale, reach the arms up overhead. And as you exhale, lower your hands down by your sides. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead. Exhale, lower your hands down by your sides. One more time, please. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead. This time, as you exhale, bow forward. Fingertips come down toward the floor. I'm going to turn to the side so that you can see. As your fingertips move toward the floor, remember you don't have to touch the floor. You can bring the hands to your thighs, your shins, anywhere along the way that works for you. I'm recording this at 6:30 in the morning, so my knees are going to be a little bit bent because I just rolled out of bed. Let yourself hang for a second. Let your neck relax completely, your head be heavy. You've held it up all day yesterday or today. Step your right leg back for a lunge, so slide your fingertips back. Scoot your right leg back, take a lunge. So this is really the first hip opener you learned with this lunge. Push out through your back heel so that you expand energy. And expand the breastbone forward more. Take one more breath here. Exhale, step forward, take your fold. Trade sides, left leg steps back behind you, take a lunge. Wiggle the left leg back, give yourself lots of space. Please only go as low as your knees will allow you to go. Expand out through the back heel. Expand forward with the breastbone. Exhale, step forward, take your fold. Push from hips to heels. Inhale, stand, come all the way up. Nice. Exhale, hands by your sides. Adding on a little bit. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, bend your knees, squat back, chair pose. So sit back into your heels more. Your hands can be low if that feels better on your shoulders and your neck. Pull the belly in nice and strong. Lift your chest up. Exhale, fingertips down to the ground. Right leg steps back behind you. Take another lunge. This time, contract the legs in toward each other as you expand out the back heel. Lift your chest. Find your balance. Raise your arms, maybe. Exhale, fingertips down to the floor. Step back, push-up position, knees or feet. Exhale, bend the elbows, come all the way down. Clasp your hands behind your back. I disappeared. Remember all your back bending stuff. Pull your belly in toward your spine. Curl, head, chest, shoulders up. Exhale, hands by your chest. Push back, downward facing dog. I'll tilt the camera next time. Bend your knees, one at a time. Kind of walk it out. Get the hips to move, the low back to move, the arms stay still. Look up past your fingertips, bring your legs still. Walk your feet towards your hands. Take as many steps as you need. Push from hips to heels, inhale, stand, come all the way up. Do it again. Exhale, bend the knees, squat back, chair. Hands high or hands low. One's not better than the other. I just want you to pick what works better for you. The idea is I want you to warm up the legs because these are the muscles we're going to use for the seated postures. Exhale, fingertips down. Left leg steps back behind you. Take a lunge. Contract the legs in. Push out through back heel. Extend breastbone forward. Raise your chest. Raise your arms. Exhale, fingertips down the floor. Step back, push-up position. Now, you can be on your knees or your feet. I'm going to tilt the camera so you can see me when I go down. There's my mat. From your push-up, come down. Clasp your hands behind your back. Belly in toward your spine. Sensation moves from the belly button up. Curl, head, chest, shoulders up. Exhale, hands by chest. Push back, downward facing dog. Bend your knees, look up between your hands, and bring your feet forward. Push from hips to heels, inhale, stand, come all the way up. I'm coming back down, I promise. Exhale, bow forward. Step back, downward facing dog. The next pose is called pigeon pose, and I want to show this from a couple angles. So, first option is right shin or right knee, depending on which body part you think of. Draws across the front of the body at an angle. You want the knee to go wider than your hip and scoop the back leg back more. And you should get some extra tension through the hip sockets, actually both hip sockets. So the one on the right is the outer hip, the one on the left is probably the front of the hip. Now, if you've had knee surgery, or you've recently sprained an ankle, or have some sort of injury to your joint, this may not be the best position. You do not want pain here. If you're getting pain or discomfort with your chest up, or either your chest down, because there's a lot of weight in your joints, flip over. Come lying onto your back, and create the same shape with no weight on your joints. And you can stay here, or you could lift up the bottom foot and hold on underneath. But you're going to get the same muscles. So I just want you to pick what works better for you. Either belly up or belly down. I'm going to take just a few breaths here. You can always stay longer if you wish. Push back, downward dog. Let me show you from the front as we trade sides. Left shin draws forward. As you see, my knee goes wider than my hip. Scoot the back leg back more. And you don't want to end up here. This is incorrect. You want your hips in the middle. Now there's a time and a place to sit on the side. Today's not one of them. So again, maybe this side has had surgery or an injury. Again, you're more than welcome to roll over onto your back and make accommodations for your joints because you want to keep the ones you got, right? Just a few breaths here, please. Roll to your left hip, or if you're on your back, sit yourself up. Swing your legs forward. This is where your strap or your strap alternative might come in handy. I'm going to extend both legs out in front of me. I'm going to draw the left leg back like 90 degrees. I'm going to draw the left leg back again, right? We did this one last week. Turn your chest towards your front leg. Now, like I mentioned, it's 6:30 in the morning for me. I did a major sporting event yesterday, so my body's a little stiff. Take your left hand and reach for your toes. My hamstrings are tight after yesterday, so I'm going to use my strap, okay? Which means I lasso my foot, and my strap or my strap alternative now becomes an extension of my arm until my hamstrings warm up. So keep turning your chest and extend your breastbone forward more. And already my hamstrings are starting to be a little bit more cooperative because they remember what it's like to be long. If you're still working on your hamstring length, be patient. It takes a long time. Take one more breath here. Inhale, let's sit up. Trade legs. Draw your left leg forward. Draw your right leg back 90 degrees. Draw your right leg back again. Turn your chest towards your left foot. Take your right hand and reach forward. This side's even tighter. So I'm going to grab my strap. Lasso my strap. Keep turning your chest towards your front toes. That way your low back stays in the conversation. Breathe. Inhale, let's sit yourself up. I'm going to turn to the side. Take your legs wide. Now, the word wide is open to interpretation. So someone's wide might look more like this, and someone's wide might be a full split. It doesn't really matter to me as long as your kneecaps face the ceiling and your toes draw back towards your face so that your feet are active and not relaxed. Okay? You want your feet active. Sit nice and tall. Your hands can stay behind you. This is legit, you guys. Like, people stay here for a very long time because you want to be able to create more space between your belly button and your pubic bone. So sometimes the help of your arms is exactly what you need, right? You're going to maintain this space between your belly button and your pubic bone. If you have extra space to take, right, you have more flexibility, you're going to keep the strength of your legs and begin to lean your chest forward. This is about as far as I'm going this morning. If you have still space to take, you can take the hands on top of the legs or in front of you. You can even come down to the elbows or lay flat and fold yourself in half. I am most interested in you maintaining this space. That means you haven't compressed or fallen into your low back. I want the space between your belly button and your pubic bone to stay long. So lower isn't necessarily better. Do it in good form, and lower will come with time. Take one more breath here. Inhale, sit yourself up. Soften your knees. Draw your legs back in towards each other. Let's come to all fours, hands and knees. Just roll out the back a little bit. Couple cat-cows. Deep breath in. Exhale around the back like a cat. Drop the head down. Inhale, do the opposite now. Arch your back. Lift your chest. Exhale, round. Inhale, arch. One more time. Exhale, round. Inhale, arch. Alright, you guys, one more big one. This is a big hip opener. And again, I want to preface this with your knees or ankles may not agree with you. So watch first. And if you think this is not a good idea for your joints, I'll give you an alternative. Just a moment, okay? I'm going to turn around. Sorry for the my button camera. As you turn around, you're going to take the top of the feet flat. Right leg is going to go behind your left leg. Right? The feet will separate so that you make room for your butt. When you sit back, if all is fair in love and war, when you sit back, you would land on your hips, both hips down on the floor at the same time. Now, there's lots of things that could get in your way. Again, old injuries, surgeries, or just your body just says no, right? This is where your block comes in handy, so that when you sit back, you can sit on the block, right? It's going to buy you some space, even if you need it to be higher. If you don't have the block, this is where your firm cushions might come in handy. Or, if this doesn't work for you, again, you can create the same angle and not have the weight on the joints. So you can come lying down onto your back, bring the knees up, cross your right leg behind your left. This is the same thing, and you can grab hold of your shins. Same muscles, promise, same muscles, right? So pick the one that works best for you. I'm going to go back to the seated version for just a second. If you're sitting, spine is nice and long. If you're on your back, let your head be heavy. Take one more breath here. And then inhale, trade. So if you're on your back, just switch legs. The left leg goes behind now. If you're sitting down, you'll need to push yourself forward or untangle in some fashion. Left leg now goes behind the right. Separate the feet. If you're sitting, sit back either on the floor or on your block. One side can be different than the other side. Again, if you're lying down, it's left leg now behind right. Grab hold of your shins or somewhere close to that. Breathe. Inhale, untangle, sit up. I'm going to turn and face you once again. I am now sitting on my right hip. It disappeared. I'm now sitting on my right hip. My feet are to the left. Left hand's going to come to a knee of your choice. Right fingertips go behind you. Sit nice and tall. Turn your chest. Now both hips are not on the floor in this pose. You're actually leaning to your right hip, which are words you won't hear me say very often. This is to teach you to turn to the weighted hip. Come back to the middle. Do your best mermaid impersonation and trade sides. Just roll to your left hip. Right hand comes to the knee, left fingertips behind you. Sit tall and turn. Keep sitting tall. Give your spine lots of space to twist. Come back to the middle. Come lying down onto your back. Grab your strap one more time, or your strap alternative. I'm going to tilt the camera one last time. Let me grab my strap and come lying back. A little more hamstring work. Lasso a foot. I don't care which one it is. Lasso a foot with a strap. Extend straight to the ceiling. Now your strap should be long enough that your shoulders can relax. So keep your shoulders relaxed, but extend the arm so it's the same arm as the leg that's up. If you prefer to hold on with both hands, that's legit right now too. Push out through your top heel. Draw the toes towards your face. Let the hamstring stretch for a second. Now watch your lower back. If your lower back falls flat to the floor, you've kind of lost some of the hamstring stretch. Push the tailbone down so you've got a little arc behind your belly button. And when I say arc, I mean you should be able to take a hand and slide it underneath the small of your back. Like there should be a little bit of space there. Okay. On your next exhale, switch. Bend the knee, trade sides, do the other leg. Other leg goes up. Same arm as leg holds, or you can hold with both hands. That's correct too. Push out through your top heel. Push down with your tailbone. Breathe. On your next exhale, release. Now, you can go back and repeat any of that, right? You can repeat any of it, hold it longer, press pause, whatever it is you need. If you're ready for Shavasana, your relaxation, make yourself comfortable. That might mean knees bent, that might mean legs long, that might mean you grab a blanket, whatever you need. Make yourself comfortable. And we'll settle here. This is a good place to hit pause if you choose, because for the sake of recording, I won't be here long. Settle. Breathe. Be. Please begin to deepen your breath again. Maybe wiggle fingers, toes. Maybe stretch arms and legs in opposite directions, taking a full body stretch. And as you're ready, please roll to one side. Take a moment and pause. Using your arms as your aid, sit yourself up. Hands at the heart. Namaste.